Hello, beautiful twin flames. How are you all doing? The energies have been intense. So, from a variety of symptoms depending on your wave or what you're releasing, it could have been, if you're getting a lot of downloads, it could have been head pressure, headaches. If you have been clearing your lower chakras, then it has been leg pains and lower back pains. If you have even been getting a kundalini expansion, then it is the entire length of your back at different times. If you have been clearing up past baggages or something, it has been the shoulder. There has been heart chakra expansion, upper heart chakra expansion, a lot of visions coming through. There has been, oh my God, a lot of purging. A lot of people have been massively triggered on different days in the last few days. I am laying a little low. I have been finding that I've been suddenly very busy in a lot of different ways. It was like I was first taken completely into me, and then it was about my household. I was taking care of certain things in the sense of, for example, I'll tell you one of my videos, I've spoken about it before. I was freezing, be it peas and sweet corn and spinach and whole other amount of vegetables and herbs and stuff. So it was, then it expanded to people around me, like my friends and stuff. And then it was me getting back into my career, and now I'm back to doing my, what I consider my service. And so for me it moved really really quickly. And yes, what I did experience is certain days when I felt extremely fatigued, by the end of the day, or I started the day feeling like, in the other dimension, in the other realms, I have been working really hard. So I just thought I will give you a heads up that if you're feeling any and all of that, it's perfectly fine. You're just releasing the last few things from your cycle wherever are at, so you can go up to the next level of your journey. Yes, a lot of you have been really in a state of separation, detachment. So, bravo, you were guided to do that. I've been speaking about it for quite a few months now, and that has been done by the universe for a very specific reason. And the divine masculines had to now go into the dark night of the soul, experience hangman moments and be in the hermit zone, experience tower moments, and a lot of things they've been holding on to really hard and fast for security's sake, because it was comfortable. It was where they were getting ego massages. They were choosing to stay with false friends, false karmics, and not false karmics, where they had to finish certain karmic cycles or learn certain lessons, where they had to clear out certain debts, where they had to do a lot of stuff. But then even after it was done, even once they got the knowing that they have to leave, they were now comfortable there. They didn't want to get up and leave after investing so much time, effort, maybe even their money or the financial securities were tied in. And so they have been going through, and this eclipse that is coming up on 21st is going to bring the next 6 months of a lot of changes, which is going to be a lot of divine interventions for different people. I'm not saying that's going to happen for each and every one. That would cause a pandemonium, which is why it happens very amiably in waves, very gradually, so that it's very subtle. And here what I'm drawing out cards for, um, from two different decks I'm pulling out, it's like a conversation, uh, divine masculine's higher self to you, and the the avatar as we know them in this physical reality, what they want to say to you, and vice versa from you to them. And then I'll pull out some guidance cards as well, because I have a lot to speak about today, and last time also I could not much complete all that I had to speak about. So I thought I'll start with at least some of the physical symptoms, which could be, even if it was solar plexus, a lot of sacral chakra activation for a lot of girls that I do know, and very disturbed sleep, a lot of vivid dreams. The masculines, let's talk about them. They have been going through nightmares. They have been going through all kind of aches and pains, and a lot of sudden understandings and change of perspective. A lot of them are still stuck in fear, in resistance, and the more resistance they are in, they are finding things are getting harder and harder. No matter how much effort they are putting into certain things, it's just not working out. So um apart from the physical symptoms, the masculines are feeling the loss of the feminines who did walk away from them, and they are beginning to understand about how they have not been very unfair, or they have not been giving time or attention, or giving her the worth and value that she does deserve, or expressing his true emotions just to play mind games or manipulate her, control her, and using 3D logics with her. And it's backfired big time, because a lot of the divine feminines, no matter what your gender is, I don't have to add that by now, have walked away and decided to carry on and put their attention on what they needed to focus on, be it their own work, be it their own health, or their friendships, or even soulmates, and got into relationships, or at least trying to manifest relationship with others. So a lot of all that has been going on, and energetically, the divine masculines could feel the pulling away of the feminine, and they began to realize that they are probably going to lose her for good in this lifetime. And also over here, I'd like to say, for those of you who are not aware, this is not very common for twins to keep meeting in every lifetime. It doesn't happen. It takes a lot to bring twin flames together, and in this particular lifetime, we are here for a larger reason. We are here to assist the ascension by bringing in the unconditional love, and to change the paradigm, to break old structures and judgments, and things that are based on bias and hate, and based on class and caste and religion and nationality and things like that, even gender. That's why there are bisexuals or homosexual twin flames as well, to help everyone breach that fear of, because it's not in the normal, so they say, or it's not in the numbers. Whenever I understand, whenever I hear the word normal, what my brain comprehends is numbers, average, law of average, and that doesn't mean that they are not so many and who are not normal. You know what I'm trying to say? So all those um, dogmas and erroneous belief systems are being wiped out by the twin flames, and it has to start from yourself, and which is why each one of us had to go in, deal with the triggers. The twin acted as a mirror to all of us, and showed us where we were carrying wrong beliefs, or we had been conditioned, and we needed to now change those perspectives, let go of codependencies, let go of being victims, of blaming, of judging, of criticism, of competition, of jealousy and possessiveness. We had to change a lot of that within us. Until then, they kept reflecting to us that this is what is still held inside of you. And only once we could heal, or if those of you who are beginning your journey, this is what you have to keep healing, and you will understand when you reach certain point what a lot of my videos are about. And now that a lot of the divine feminines have reached that healing level, a level of self dependence, of confidence, of self worth, of self esteem, of self love, of being self sufficient, of being independent financially, emotionally, and not getting into relationships based on voids and wanting validation of self-worth or desirability, or that I'm lovable or not, or getting into sexual relationships just because of something that might be body imprint, a body hunger, which when you look within is actually just a cellular need based on a memory of mm, as you have known it thus far. You know those mattresses that have memory, that indentation is made and it takes a while before it you can actually, you have to turn it and stuff, and before you can make it as though nobody has slept on it or whatever. So another question that you will be dealing with now that you have reached a certain place is understanding what exactly did you commit to when you said I love you, or what should I love you mean in the ideal sense, especially for those who are true twin flames, because sooner or later the entire collective is going to be operating from the twin flame template, not necessarily with their twin, but with the twin flame template, the understanding, the change, you understand, the self healing. One of the things when you say I love you, and most people don't understand that they have made if it was fine print, it's as thick as something a bank document looks like for a small transaction. I love you means without wanting you to change, fit into my image of something, without taking you away from what you need to complete, without being impatient about hows and whys and whens and whos and how many's. When you have your in when you have promised yourself in the sacred marriage, in the sacred soul connection, the I love you is unconditional to the point of I will love myself so much, so purely, that I will not do anything that harms my body, my emotion, my well being, my spirituality, my brain, my mentality. I'm not going to um, settle for any vibration, anything that's dense, of lower energies, that is toxic. I will love myself so much because I because of the love that we are supposed to bring to each other, and that is what is going to be reflected back to you. Anything that you're denying yourself, your twin or even a mirror twin or your catalyst is going to deny to you. Anything where you are not working on yourself, they're going to kind of somehow bring it to your attention to tell you you're not yet fully in love with yourself. And love is not impatient. Love is the epitome of patience. Love forgives, does not allow someone to cross boundaries. Think of a mother with a toddler. Just because she says, no, you cannot eat chalk or drink or detergent or play with fire, Teaching him boundaries of what the child can do or do not do does not mean she does not love him. Rather, it's the opposite. It means she loves him so much to teach him. Now, convert this into an understanding of boundaries. When you say no to a toxic behavior, that I will not stand for XYZ kind of behavior, not towards me, not towards anybody else either. That's when you are in self love. That's when you're truly showing true love to your divine partner by setting them an example, by being that example of what they're supposed to do. When you show courage and faith in this connection, a lot of people have asked me over this time, how do you keep your faith so much? By the simple fact that I know. And once you know from the bottom of your heart, you cannot not know, once you have met your true twin flame, that you're going to end up together, and you need to give them the time, the space to do what they need to do to complete what they need to complete, be it lessons, debts, blessings, karma, anything, everything. And yes, sometimes it takes longer than what your timetable or schedule seems like. That's where the difference is between a relationship with a soulmate and with a twin flame. Here, you have to be excited about the fact that eventually all of this hard work that you're investing in, the example I was giving to a friend the other day was, imagine farming. In the first phase, you removed all the rocks and the pebbles and stumps of trees on your farm, and you thought your work was done, but it wasn't. And then you had to go and fertilize the soil, and you thought your work was over, but it wasn't. And then you had to water your entire soil, and you thought your work was over, but it wasn't. And then you had to plow it again, form certain walls, and then plant the seeds. And then you thought your work was over, but it wasn't. And then you were in a void because you could not see what was happening. That is the phase where a lot of divine feminines find themselves at right now. Now you have to take the attention. You cannot waste 3 to 4 months staring at your seeds every day to see if they have sprouted or not. It will take as long as it takes. And for each plant, it is going to take a different amount of time. But in the meantime, you can get your gunny bags ready. You can make sure the cart or the room where you're going to store your grains or whatever you intend to do with the harvest is ready, prepared. There's no leakage there, there's no flooding there, there's no mold over there. Or you can focus on yourself, grooming yourself, doing something else, studying something else. And yes, from time to time you check in and see whether your saplings need a support, they need a cover, do they need pesticide or whatever. And then comes a time when your crops are ready. But that's not where your work is done. You have to harvest. Then you have to separate, for example, if it's wheat, separate the wheat from the shaft and then from the sheaf. Then it's probably ready for some sort of use. Even once you have hauled it back into your house, you still need to somehow make it into a flour or at least cook it. Even if you're having it boiled the way they do it in villages, add a little salt and whatever and boil it and have it. Even then, the cooking process still remains. So even once you have harvested, which is coming into reunion with your twin, there's still going to be a little amount of work left, right? So, having given that example, when you are committing, when you have said, I love you, there's yet another reason. I'm going to try and find a card. I'm going to use this deck any which ways, but um, why Every time you go into doubt, this was shown to me a couple of months, no, not a couple of months, say a month back, as a vision, as this was not a vision properly, but this was more an image that was held, and I was made to understand. At the beginning of the twin flame journey, imagine, if you will, this is the feminine twin flame. And this is just for understanding sake. I'm not saying this is exactly what happens. But imagine, if you can, a similar outline of the divine masculine, but they're not standing toe to toe and head to head. Rather, he's embracing her, and his head is just under her heart chakra. His head is under her heart chakra, and that's how his chakras will align. Now, when she goes into doubt, or expresses her doubt, or clouds her heart in any way, the thing that's entering from his crown chakra, and that's what he then feels and thinks, is doubt. So whenever you are doubting this connection, maybe I need to move on, maybe I need to this, you are again bringing him back again and again and again in doubt and fear, and keep him in the runner energy. If this is where his head is, your solar plexus, your personal power place, is where his throat chakra is. In a codependent relationship, you need the man or the person, your beloved, to speak the throat chakra, express, reassure for you to gain your power, to gain confidence in this connection. Whereas in twin flames, you have to have all the confidence in yourself, your self esteem, your self worth in complete balance before your twin will express his truth. Okay? When your twin's heart chakra, see, it is near the sacral of yours. When his heart chakra is open, when he's feeling true love towards you, is when your sacral chakra activates. You feel the pull of the sexual energy, which then rises up, gives him energy, and it keeps flowing. By the same virtue, where is then your base chakra, is where his solar plexus is. Okay, so every time you empower yourself, release your old past patterns, your subconscious memories of fears and phobias, and you start generating your own solid foundation, stability, security for yourself, you are in fact charging his solar plexus. And it is not a one-way street. Now, imagine this is the masculine, and you are the other way, but in the same way, like you're above, right? You're aligned in that way. He is the one who is operating from dealing with the depths of the 3D, also anchoring us to Mother Gaia while you're focused on expanding that way through spirituality, intuition, metaphysical work, expanding, connecting with your galactic family and on the likes. He is working in the 3D to clear out old structures, old paradigms, dealing with fears, dealing with letting go of understandings of what brings um, stability, what how necessary is money for him to feel empowered, letting go of all of those. And he keeps you, he's acting as the root of this tree, you are acting as the branches of the tree. See? Okay. Now, I want to talk about so many things today. So, apart from love, let me also quickly tell you about a very cute vision that I saw, just because this got a little heavy. I hope that made sense to you. And if it did, please share in the Twin Flame community, wherever you might be, because as you know, I stay away from the social media big time since last 1.5 years. Okay, so the very cute vision I saw was, let me pull out any tarot deck, the Six of Cups. um, so just for the sake of visual reference, this is the divine masculine and that's the divine feminine, and they're in a garden or a park, and they're kind of playing and they're happy initially, they're very good friends, and then suddenly he's called away. He's called away, and there is like a plastic sheet that is keeping her from seeing what he's up to. And initially, she waits and she starts getting upset. Initially, she gets frightened and she starts looking for him, but he kind of, even though he sees her, he ignores her. And that gets her started, and she gets triggered and she gets angry. And then, she sits on a bench on that park and she keeps turning around to see if he's coming, and she's waiting for him and whatever. And after a lot of days of that happening, and him being busy somewhere doing something which he has no idea what it is, and she getting more and more pissed and angry, and she goes through this whole plethora of emotions, from grief to sadness to anger to feeling, he doesn't deserve me, I am worthy, I deserve much more, and this that. There comes along a soulmate or another boy, young boy, and she starts playing with him, and she goes away with him, and they're having ice cream together and they're playing, and she doesn't come to this particular park for several days. In the meantime, he notices that she's gone, and he looks up from what he was doing and looks from behind the curtain and sees she's gone. And when he inquires, he comes to know she is with another boy. She's been seen is eating ice cream and playing, uh, some game with him, and gone on a car drive and all that. And he gets sadder and sadder and sadder with each passing day. His energy starts depleting and he cannot focus on what he was doing. And one day, she just shows up at the park, not really knowing what she's expecting, but because something was guiding her to go to the park again, she does go there. Though she's got a little trepidation, not really sure why she's being guided to go there, and she has tried her best to not think of him. And suddenly that day she's pulled and she goes there, and she sees that he's sitting outside of that curtain. He's not working, and in fact, he's looking very browbeaten, he's looking injured, he's looking unhappy. But when their eyes meet, they both have this divine smile that just, they can't help themselves. And they smile from their hearts, and it reaches their lips and their eyes, and they glow together. And so she, without saying anything, she had thought she would say this to him and that to him when they meet. She goes quietly and sits on that bench, and she's carrying a book. She's doing her own thing. And just out of curiosity, she looks slightly backwards, and she sees that he has removed that curtain, and she can see he's almost completed. He just needed another hour and he's done. whatever he was working on, that maybe he was repairing a slide or a seesaw, but that inner confidence in that meeting of the gaze, they both know. And it took her absence for him to realize. And not only that, she also needed to realize, and for that she needed to walk away, that no one else will do for her but him. That was such a cute vision I saw. So let's get on with our um, small conversation, and let's start with the union energies and its romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. Oh my God. And the reason I've not been doing readings is because I have got a guidance to just hang on, because there's a lot of shifts going on right now, a lot of changes, and for everyone it's a different thing, and the readings would just end up maybe um, triggering more than you need to be or you already are. And so that's why I was allowed to do this very basic reading today, and I will be doing the reading near about the eclipse for what is coming after the eclipse, okay, just in case you have been curious. So this is the guidance for, it's the union, this is for both the divine masculine and feminine, that the time has come. It's a number 7. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. Now, what does the divine masculine want to say to the feminine? And this is going to be like a conversation. So I'm going to turn one here and one here and like that. Okay. Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. The divine masculine is saying he wants to express his love to you in words. This is the higher self of the divine masculine telling you that perhaps your divine masculine is preparing in the physical to come and speak your language of love to you. It may be words, it may be gestures, it may be something else. You have to know what your love language is. And what is the higher self of the divine feminine saying to the divine masculine? Slow down. When you're excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. And oh my God, don't miss the two flames there. She's saying to the divine masculine, slow down. And I'm screaming here, no, please, no, not more slow down, not more slowing down. But what she's actually telling him is when you're excited, you're not thinking things through. You may overcome it yet again. You may again do some things which may hurt the divine feminine and repeat a cycle yet again. This is going to be a new cycle. We are going to be starting, for those of us who are ready, a new phase. You need to think. Don't get ahead of yourself. Wait. Allow things to unfold. The divine masculine's higher self says, you are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. This is a specific message for some of you who are doubting. Maybe you have been wanting to start something on your own and you're wondering if you're capable of doing it. Should you do it? Can you go it alone? If it is about, say, for example, traveling on your own and you've been putting it off because you wanted to travel to that place with your twin flame, with your divine partner, or when you were married, or something like that, or anything. This is just an example. They're saying you're limitless. Don't put a glass ceiling on yourself or think that you're not capable of something. And you need to recognize the truth that you're limitless and you can do anything you choose to. Okay. And right now, if you're in the energy of doubt, because you might be, because we're clearing out a lot of stuff, he's reassuring you that you are powerful beyond imagination. The divine feminine's higher self is saying to the divine masculine that it's time to get to know each other. Learn to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. Yes, you love, and this is number 44. Can you see that? Yes, you might love her, but if you're not expressing to her, if you're not willing to cater to her and you just want to be selfish and look after just your needs, or what you are getting out of this without wanting to give anything in return to your divine feminine, or what her need for love or expression or something is, then it's not going to work. You need to spend time to get to know each other, and you have to express, and you have to learn to meet each other's, to meet another's need, which is her need for love. And that is what's going to help this relationship grow. The divine masculine's higher self's message is to the divine feminine: consider your foundation. In the physical realm, how did your relationship start? Was it based on your values? Was it a firm foundation? Did you guys get enough time to build even a foundation? Did you get time to get to know each other? Because a lot of the twin flames, including me, we did not get enough time, and that's what's being emphasized here by both the higher selves, is that there needs to be time for communication, getting to know each other, clearing out all the past energies which was faulty. That's what all the tower moments between the twin flames have been. And you have to recommit. Are you in? Are you out? Are you willing to walk the length? And it might be lengthier than you expected. It might be harder than you expected. You can't keep doing 1 foot in and 1 foot out. How committed are you to love? Because a lot of divine feminines are constantly talking about, we need to move on and we need to do this. When I talk about move away or let go, let me rephrase those things so you understand what I mean, though I've explained it several times, is taking your attention, your energy, your emotions, your expectations from the divine masculine. Work on giving those things to yourself. Invest your time productively in things that you can control within you. Heal yourself, make your business grow, develop deep honest friendships with your soul tribe members, letting go of false friends and fake people and things like that. When I say let go, it doesn't mean let go of this connection, which is not possible if you're with your true twin. It is about let things be as they are. Let God drive the bus. Don't try to keep taking charge. Should I call him? Should I text him? Should I this? Should I that? I'll walk away. I'll get into another relationship. Is not letting go. Letting go of control. Letting go of the desire for a certain outcome. Letting go of a timetable or a schedule you have got in your mind. Letting go of old understandings of relationships and how they play out, or what they are going to bring to you, as in he's going to be the provider, I'm going to be the caretaker, whatever. Letting go of that. The final message from the divine feminine's higher self to the divine masculine is: express love through gifts. He's saying speak the language of love, and she's saying express love through gifts. Don't come empty handed, because you've put the divine feminine through a lot. And now you need to slow down. You need to make time to get to know each other all over again, because you might not even recognize each other. You both have gone through so much evolution, growth, healing, letting go of all barriers and barricades and shields that were around your hearts, and wounds and scabs and God knows what. But now, when you come in again, giving a small token to someone expresses you love them. Okay. Now, on the physical, what does the divine masculine want to say to his divine feminine? Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. And remember, you both are divine mirrors to each other, and the divine masculine could be saying that I'm learning how to make decisions which are not based on responsibility, obligation, guilt, or based on people emotionally blackmailing me, or what I think is the right thing to do because I've committed to it. But I am learning how that I have to do things that are being true to myself, my authentic self, my genuine self, and that's the only way I can reach you. And this lesson is something even the divine feminine needs to learn, and he could be telling you that. Take it as it resonates. What the divine feminine is telling him is reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Indeed, she is saying, I trust our connection. I have faith. I know that things are working out in divine timing, and this space was very much needed for me to also reflect and for you to reflect. It's that little girl going away. This time was important for you to reflect, is what she's saying. I had to walk away so that we both could have some space and understand and work on our trust and faith, not only on ourselves, on each other, but on divine timing and divine plan. The gods are not making us go through this so much for nothing. Look at nature. Nothing happens for no rhyme or reason. Everything has a reason and a season. The divine masculine is saying emotions are natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. This is a message for the divine feminine, but he's also saying that for the first time, perhaps, he's opening himself to experience something very uncomfortable for him, that is feeling his emotions and not just thinking them. And that is a scary thing for him. They're distorting his perception and clouding his vision, and he needs to finish going through his dark night of the soul and the opening of his heart, clearing out of this confusion that he might be feeling right now, wondering what the hell and why he's feeling so much sadness and regret and grief and a lot of things which are very, very new to him. Now, the divine feminine is saying, soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. This, I believe, is being something that is being said to the divine feminine. Believe, have faith and trust in this relationship, in this connection. And she's also reassuring him that I know you're the one. I know. And the more I believe, the more I stop looking for evidence in the physical world, I know the sooner you're going to show up. The divine masculine says forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Letting go of resentments, letting it go. He's again and again urging the feminine to get out of this energy of anger and resentment and grudges and still being stuck in the past. It happened because it had to make you aware of where you were unhealed, where you were carrying voids, where you were carrying old past patterns, habits, belief systems, conditionings. So forgive him, come back into the energy of unconditional love, and forgive yourself and forgive your partner. And he's probably working on forgiveness too at this time. For the second time, I can't believe this. The divine feminine is saying the exact effing message in the same read. And you saw me shuffle this. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. For some reason, now the feminine is saying, I am waiting, in not in the sense of waiting energies, but I'm not going to rush into it. I'm going to take my time, be discerning, make sure that the old patterns are not repeating. I'm not going to just be glad that you're back and take you back without you working for it, without you proving that you've earned a second chance with me. And you have to also think what you're going to say to me, what gifts are you going to get to me, are you going to spend time getting to know, and how we are going to work it out. Think it over. And the divine masculine is saying balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So don't think, divine feminines, that just because you may hear from your divine masculine or things, synchronicity or divine intervention, if brings it to you both face to face, everything is going to magically work itself out. You have to continue working on your foundation, getting to know each other. And it's not just what is the image in your head, but what works for both of you for this lifetime. Coming to a balance. And he's telling you, stay in emotional balance, stay in unconditional love to make this happen. Divine feminine. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. The divine feminine is saying to the divine masculine, yes, you invested in your karmic, in your home, in your careers, and a lot of things, but now that is over. That cycle is over. The past is now behind you. Release it. Don't be afraid. Embrace the new possibilities. The future is this way. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Have faith in God. And now the 2 or 3 chakra, I just want to pull out one more to see right now what, just one more because that just kind of flew out in a very weird way. Okay, 5. Great. I love it. So what are the chakras or the messages that we are working, and this may apply to different people. Sacral chakra vis-a-vis creativity, you're being asked to allow and express yourself through creativity, writing, dancing, song, any other way given to your creativity, so that you are utilizing your expanded sacral chakra. Okay, your solar plexus is going through healing. Okay, um, and it is also empowering you, bringing you a lot of inner light in your heart chakra, but it's coming through your solar plexus. You are empowering yourself because you are now seeing the truth. Wow. Then comes family, but it is a number 5. It says that some changes to your family structure or your understanding of what family is. What or who you call family, those who are just connected to you by blood, or those who know you, accept you without judging you, are not trying to change you all day long, not trying to make you fit into their dreams, make you fit into their definition or understanding of success. What you're being asked to focus on is to nurture yourself, your inner child, and anyone around you who you truly love, who you consider your family. Focus on love. What a beautiful card. Focus on love. Those are the messages I have got for you today. I do hope that it has brought you some answers, some insight, guidance, these very, very beautiful messages. I hope they resonate with you, and I would really like to hear from all of you. How are you dealing with these energies? And do tell me, share with me in the comments below. Just scroll down all the way down and you can comment there, and you can please share with me how these energies of the eclipse season or this eclipse gateway is working with you. What have you managed to release? We would all love to know. It's a collective journey. Don't forget that it's not about your individual love story only. Okay, so I do really want to hear from you. Do share it if you feel it would resonate with more people, help more people on our journey, and do give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. I thank you all for being with me. I love you all very much, and I'll be back soon with another video and a message for all of you, leaving you with a lot of love and